In today's lecture, we are going to start next chapter, or next liquid dosage form, in which syrup. So syrup, it is an concentrated or nearly saturated solution. In this chapter, we have to firstly study what is meant by syrup, then their advantages, disadvantages, classification of syrup, example of syrup, how syrups is prepared, by which methods it is prepared, means different methods of preparation of syrup. Then after that, we have to discuss storage of syrup and quality control test. So let's start from the definition. Screen is visible to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Syrup, it is a sweet, viscous, concentrated or nearly saturated aqueous solution of sucrose, which containing 66.70% weight by weight of sugar. Means you are already prepared sugar in practical or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Syrup, okay. So syrup, it is a sweet because sugar, it acts as a sweetening agent. So why it is saturated and concentrated? Because heat is provided, and in the water this sugar is mixed, and after that heat is provided. That's why it becomes saturated and concentrated. So this aqueous solution of sucrose or sugar, which containing 66.7% weight by weight of sugar. So this is definition of syrup. Syrup, it is a concentrated or nearly saturated solution of sucrose in the purified water. So here purified water, it is used as a vehicle. Then the concentration of sugar is 66.77% weight by weight of sugar. The syrup are viscous and sweet preparation. The preparation of syrup, it is a sweet as well as it is viscous in a nature. This concentration is important one. Ask for objective questions. Then next point, advantages of syrup, in which first one, it having attractive in appearance. Syrups, these are the preparation, they having the attractive appearance. Then next point, do not contain any alcohol as a preservative. During the preparation or formulation of the syrup, there is no addition of any alcohol as a preservative because there is concentration of syrup, sugar concentration is high, and that's why itself act as a self preservative. That's why there is no preservative is added in the syrup. Syrup do not contain alcohol as a preservative. Then next is it retard oxidation. Syrup retard oxidation because it is partially hydrolyzed into the reducing such as a dextrose and levulose. Means it is partially hydrolyzed by dextrose and levulose. These are the saccharides or carbohydrate. So that's why they retard the oxidation, means they prevent the oxidation. The next advantage is it prevent growth of bacteria, fungi, molds, which are cheap and they causes decomposition of vegetable matter. So syrup having the high osmotic pressure. That's why they prevent the growth of bacteria, fungi and molds in the preparation. And if there is growth of bacteria, fungi and mold in the syrup preparation, then this preparation get decomposed. That's why it prevents the growth of all these microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi, and molds, it having the high osmotic pressure. The next and last advantage is they are widely acceptable due to variety of the flavor. During preparation of the flavor, main active ingredient is mixed also, as well as there is addition of flavoring agent, coloring agent. It is necessary. So because of addition of these different flavors in the syrup, they are widely acceptable, means they are widely used or they are acceptable to the patients. So these are the advantages of syrup. Also syrup, it is having the thickness in the nature because of their viscosity. So this thickness nature provides soothing effect to the irritated tissue of the throat. Do you know soothing effect? Yes or no? माहिती है का soothing effect? Sound is audible to all?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Soothing effect cognosy मध्ये झाले definition मध्ये. Okay, soothing effect, that is smoothing effect, smoothness. So thickness, that is viscosity of syrup. Syrups use केलेत का?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Cup syrups, different types of syrups are available. So because of their thickness, they produces soothing effect to the irritated tissue of throat. Throat चे ज्या irritated tissue आहेत त्यांना smoothing effect produce करतात. Can anyone tell any example of syrup? Which is you are already administered.
Udril.
Maple syrup,
Grillentus. Udril.
bronchoid syrups,
Cherry syrup.
then cyproheptadine, that is cyanide syrup. माहिती आहेत सगळ्यांना सिरपचे प्रिपरेशन? Yes or no?
No, madam.
You never use any syrup preparation? कप झाल्यानंतर यूज केलेले नाहीत का?
Yes, ma'am.
बेनाड्राईल कप सिरप यूज केली असेल?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So there are different types of the cup syrup available in medical store. So ज्यांना माहित नाही त्यांनी ते बघा, ज्यांनी ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेट केली नाही असं म्हणतात. Those students. Solvin cup syrup, Cortec cup syrup, then Benadryl cup syrup, Zidex cup syrup. There are different preparations are available. So check out this. So then next point, disadvantages of syrup. Screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It is not suitable for the diabetic and pediatric patient due to presence of sugar. What is mean by diabetes mellitus? Diabetic patient means what happen?
Glucose level increase.
Where
Insulin.
diabetic patient means what happen in this patient? Which condition is observed?
Sugar level increase.
Increase the sugar level in the blood. Blood glucose level increase होते. So diabetes patient मध्ये already sugar ची level जास्त आहे and the syrup preparation they also contain they are actually preparation of sugar. So that's why they are not suitable for the diabetic patient as well as pediatric patient due to presence of sugar. Then next point, patient taking the syrup regularly, there is risk of dental caries. जर त्यांनी regular use केला patient नी syrup चा Then there is because of sweetening agent or they are sweet and viscous in nature. That's why there is risk of dental caries. Dental caries माहिती आहे?
Yes, ma'am.
So then there is risk of dental caries means they may produces growth of bacteria, snacking, seeping effect on the teeth. So that's why they damage the area of the teeth. That's why they produces risk or there is chances to occur the dental caries if there is taking a syrup in regular dose. So these are the disadvantages. Some of the advantages and disadvantages.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The next point, classification, flavored syrup, medicated syrup, non-medicated syrup, and artificial syrup. So firstly, in their classification, medicated syrup. Medicated means these are the syrup they containing medicaments. The syrup simply कशी बनवली जाते? Water and there is addition of sucrose or sugar and heat it. तर त्याच्यामध्ये जर medicament add असतील, drug form, active drug constituent, at that time we can say the syrup is as a medicated syrup. Non-medicated syrup म्हणजे काय? तर त्याच्यामध्ये medicated agent नसतात. Non-medicated means free from the medicament. That is flavored syrup. So you can write first classification or say the classification of syrup in which first one medicated syrup means these are the syrup or the preparation which containing a medicated substance or medicament is known as medicated syrup. Then second, non-medicated syrups. These are the syrups or preparation they do not contain any medicament is known as non-medicated syrup. Then next is flavored syrup. Flavored syrup means which agents are present in the syrup? What do you think?
Flavoring.
Flavoring agent.
Yes. So flavored syrup means these are the preparation or the syrup which containing flavoring agent is known as flavored syrup. Then their examples are orange syrup, BPC. Then what is meant by BPC? Lemon syrup, BPC. These are the examples of flavored syrup. BPC means we are already discussed in first unit, full form of IP, BPC, BP, USP. British Pharmaceutical Codex, which is the standard for this preparation. So these are the examples of flavored syrup. Then next, artificial syrup. They are used for the diabetic patient. They are artificially made. Means there is lower the artificially made केले तर इथे diabetic patient मध्ये use केल्या जातात. In which there is reduce the amount of sugar म्हणजे sweetening सुक्रज जो आहे त्याचा amount कमी केलं जातं. Then they are used. So artificial syrups are prepared from the polyols such as sorbitol, glycerine, propylene glycol, or cellulose polymers such as methyl cellulose, hydroxymethyl cellulose, and artificial sweeteners such as sodium saccharin, sodium cyclamate. These artificial sweeteners we discussed in pharmaceutical aid in sweetening agent. Do you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And these artificial sweeteners are 500 times sweeter than the sucrose and they are non-caloric and they do not elevate blood glucose level. म्हणजे सिरप्स हे नॉर्मली डायबिटिक पेशंट मध्ये दिल्या जात नाही बिकॉज डायबिटिक पेशंट मध्ये ऑलरेडी ब्लड ग्लुकोज लेवल जी शुगरची लेवल आहे ब्लड मध्ये ती इन्क्रीज झालेली असते अँड इफ वी आर गिवन टू दिस पेशंट दिस सिरप देन व्हॉट हॅपन ब्लडची शुगरची लेवल काय होईल आणखी ब्लड मध्ये इन्क्रीज होईल मीन्स देअर इज डिफिकल्टी टू क्युअर दिस डायबिटीज मलायटस सो दॅट्स वाय मग त्या पेशंट मध्ये सिरप द्यायचे नाहीत का सपोज त्यांना कप झाला then cup syrup ते द्यावंच लागतील and so for this patient such type of the artificial syrups are prepared so last point आहे they do not elevate the blood glucose level means that syrups are prepared by this way when they're taken by any diabetic patient, then the syrup do not elevate, means do not increase the blood glucose level in the diabetic patient. That is, they are non-caloric. So these are the types of syrup: medicated syrup, non-medicated syrup, flavored syrup, and artificial syrup. The last point, artificial syrup and diabetic patient मध्ये द्यायच्या, they having the non-caloric effect and they do not elevated blood glucose level. Do you understand all these points?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Whiteside classification समजले?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
The next point, formulation. How to formulate or how the prepared the syrup preparation. So their vehicle is used as a water. As a vehicle, water it is used. Then adjuvant, in which the following adjuvants are added to improve the formulation of syrup, in which first one, chemical stabilizer. As a vehicle, water is added and on which these different adjuvants are added and then syrup is prepared. So in which first one is vehicle, then second one is adjuvant. In adjuvant, again first one is chemical stabilizer. So glycerine, sorbitol, polyethylene glycol and are added in the small quantity to the syrup to prevent the crystallization of sucrose. And certain surfactant like twins can combine with the syrup to dissolve the ingredient into the syrup and make a clear syrup. This chemical stabilizer काय ऍड केले जातात त्याच्यामध्ये तर टू प्रिव्हेंट द क्रिस्टलायझेशन ऑफ सुक्रोज. सुक्रोजचं क्रिस्टलायझेशन जे होणार आहे ते प्रिव्हेंट करण्यासाठी त्याच्यामध्ये केमिकल स्टॅबिलायझर यूज केले जातात. व्हॉट इज मीन बाय क्रिस्टलायझेशन? What happen in crystallization process? Amorphous crystal. क्या difference है? Any idea? Yes or no? Chemical stabilizers are added in the syrup to prevent the crystallization of sucrose. Sucrose आहे का syrup मध्ये?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
मग सुक्रोजचं क्रिस्टलायझेशन प्रिव्हेंट करण्यासाठी केमिकल स्टॅबिलायझर ऍड केले जातात. मग केमिकल स्टॅबिलायझर्स म्हणजे काय? सॉरी, crystallization means
Sugarचे small particles एकत्र येऊन.
means it is a process by which solid form. Solid's formation होतं. That is crystallization of sugar. This स्वीट्स मध्ये ज्या डिशेस येतात त्याच्यामध्ये समजलं असेल की तुम्हाला क्रिस्टलायझेशन म्हणजे काय होतं. सिरप म्हणजे काय? साखरेचा पाक. आणि जर तो इफ इट इज ड्रायड देन व्हॉट हॅपन? ड्राय झाल्यावर काय होतं? एक व्हाईट कलर मध्ये ते क्रिस्टल्स फॉर्म करतं. येस ऑर नो? स्वीट्स
Yes,
जरी
ma'am.
खाल्लेत की नाही,
Yes, ma'am.
सिरप यूज केली नाही. So crystallization, it is a process by which solid is to be forms where atoms or molecules having highly organized into a structure such as a crystal. So the syrupचं सुक्रोजचं crystallization prevent करण्यासाठी जे agent add केले जातात, that agents are known as chemical stabilizers. Then next is solubilizing agent. Solubilizing agents, their example twin 80, twin 20. They are like surfactant and they are added in preparation of syrup. What is mean by surfactant? During the study of HLB scale, we discussed about surfactant. काय करतात ते?
सरफेस इन्क्रीज कर.
Solubilizing agent. Surfactants having play the role to solubilize any component. So syrup मध्ये twin 80, twin 20, they like these are the examples of surfactant. They are used as a solubilizing agent. ते solubilize means काय? Solubility enhance करण्यासाठी. One drug dissolved into the another. तर त्याच्यासाठी these solubilizing agents are added. Then why the coloring agents are added in the syrup? What do you think? Why they are added in the syrup? Coloring agent.
अट्रॅक्टिव्ह त्या सिरपला अट्रॅक्ट करण्यासाठी.
Okay, from their advantage, it is correct one to give attractive appearance to this formulation. So coal tar dyes such as maran, compound tartrazine and green S and tartrazine, they are added as a coloring agent. So these coloring agents are also asked for MCQ. Which coloring agent or colorant added in the syrup? Coal tar dyes such as amaranth, compound tartrazine, green yes and tartrazine. The next point, flavoring agent. Why flavoring agents are added in the syrup? What is the role of flavoring agent? To mask the bitter taste, they are added into the preparations, and flavoring agent are added in the syrup. That syrup is known as, from their classification, which syrup contain flavoring agent? The syrup which contain flavoring agent is known as
फ्लेवरिंग सिरप, फ्लेवर्ड सिरप.
except roll number 36. Remaining, all are present.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The syrup which contain flavoring agent is termed as.
फ्लेवर्ड सिरप.
Okay. Then flavoring agents, in which following flavoring agents are added, in which tinctures, their examples. What are the examples?
लेमन टिंक्चर,
Ginger tincture.
Then next, fruit juices are added. Examples.
raspberry,
Cherry. Etc.
So in the fruit juices, raspberry juices and wild cherry. In tinctures, lemon tinctures are used, and also ginger tinctures are used. Then last, essence. Essence माहिती आहे?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
They are also added in ice creams, right?
Yes,
Vanilla,
ma'am.
butterscotch. So essence, they are also added in the syrup. Vanilla, orange or butterscotch. So this is about formulation of syrup. By using all these agents, syrup is formulated or prepared. Then preservative add करतात का याच्यामध्ये? There is need to add preservative in the syrup.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. मग ते मगाशी जे explanation सांगितलेलं, it act as a self preservative because of their high concentration. ते best होतं का? आहे का लक्ष? After the definition, I told the point, the syrup which containing 66.70% weight by weight of sucrose have the high osmotic pressure and it prevent the growth of bacteria, fungi and mold. मग preservative function काय असतं? They prevent growth of this organism. मग त्याचं high concentration असल्यामुळं जर ते स्वतःच osmotic pressure high आहे, that's why it prevent the growth. मग त्याच्यामध्ये आहे का गरज preservative ची? Is there is need to add
No, ma'am.
preservative?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am.
So the syrup which containing 66.7% weight by weight of sucrose and is having high osmotic pressure, and that's why it prevents the growth of bacteria, fungi and molds. That's why no preservative is needed to add in the syrup. And generally some methyl paraben, sodium benzoate, benzoic acid, they are used in appropriate concentration. The next point, preparation. Screen is visible to all.
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 65, are you present? Saptare 65 roll number, are you present? Sound is audible to all.
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
63, are you present?
Yes, ma'am.
Read the preparation, method of preparation for syrup.
Following are the methods of preparation of syrup employed as per physical and chemical parameters of constituents. First, a solution with aid of heat. Second, solution is agitation. Third, addition of sucrose is prepared medicated of flavored liquid. Fourth, paraxylene.
Fourth is last method, percolation.
Percolation, yeah.
Okay, so method of preparation of syrup. Following are the methods for preparation of syrup. They are employed as per the physical and chemical parameter of the constituent, in which solution with the aid of heat is by use of heat, solution by the agitation, addition of sucrose to prepared medicated or flavored liquid, and last one is the percolation method. So these are the different methods. They are used to prepare the syrup in laboratory. When you prepare preparation of syrup, then we use the simple syrup by simple solution method, that is solution with the use of heat. This method is used. In this method, simply when formulation is like, screen is visible to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Okay, so by simple solution method, in this method, prepare and dispense the following 100 ml of simple syrup as per IP. What is mean by IP?
Indian pharmacopy.
Indian pharmacy.
So in which their formulation is given sucrose and purified water. It is in the sufficient amount, and sucrose quantity कितनी है?
667.0 gram.
And purified water
1000 gram.
Gram.
quantity given, quantity taken. तो चार्ट माहिती है का टेबल?
Yes,
How to calculate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so by this way, this formulation you have to calculate, and after that how to it is prepared. आपण method of preparation मधली जी first method आहे, simple solution with the air, solution with the heat, ती method आपण बघतोय. त्याच्यामध्ये काय write down करायचं आहे? You have to write down this example and this formulation. मग प्रिपेअर कसं करणार आहे? Add the sucrose to purified water. मग फर्स्टली कॅल्क्युलेशन करायचं, क्वांटिटी गिव्हन, क्वांटिटी टेकन. कॅचच घेणार आहे का चार्ट माहिती सगळ्यांना? क्वांटिटी गिव्हन, क्वांटिटी टेकन.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So add the sucrose to purified water. काय करायचंय? सुक्रोज प्युरिफाइड वॉटर मध्ये ऍड करायचंय. टू डिझॉल्व द सुक्रोज with occasional shaking. स्टरिंग कॉन्स्टंटली ठेवायचं त्याच्यामध्ये. स्टरर स्टरिंग केले का? स्टरिंग माहितीये का?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Stir it occasionally to dissolve the sucrose into the purified water. Cool it and more purified water to make up the right volume. Simple method आहे. In generally आपण होम मध्येही असं करतो. इन होममेड स्वीट्स करतो की नाही?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
सिम्पली आहे प्युरिफाईड वॉटर मध्ये सुक्रोज ऍड करायचंय, दॅट इज शुगर, अँड देन कंटिन्युअस स्टरिंग ठेवायचंय. And after that, continuous stirring, occasional stirring, this sucrose, it is dissolved into the purified water and we get syrup. And then cool it and add more purified water to make up the volume and then transfer it into the container. समजले preparation, how the syrup is prepared by using simple method, solution with the aid of heat, with the use of heat. समजले का?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then next one is by process of extraction. That is by agitation. So in which prepare and dispense the following 100 ml of Tolu syrup IP, in which formulations are given. Ingredients: Tolu balsam, किती है quantity?
12.5.
12.5
Sucrose,
660
grams.
and purified water sufficient to produce 1000 grams.
1000.
Then method, how it is performed by extraction process or by agitation. So add the boiling purified water to the Tolu balsam which is contained in the tiered vessel. म्हणजे काय करायचं? वॉटर बॉईल करायचंय. बॉइलिंग प्युरिफाईड वॉटर म्हणजे फर्स्टली वॉटर बॉईल करायचंय आणि ते एका कंटेनर मध्ये ज्याच्यामध्ये टोल्यू बाल्सम आहे त्याच्यामध्ये ते पुअर करायचंय. फर्स्टली काय करणार? प्युरिफाईड वॉटर इज टू बी बॉइल्ड
Boil.
आणि टोल्यू बाल्सम कशामध्ये घ्यायचा? टियर्ड वेसल, टियर्ड कंटेनर म्हणजे एका एम्प्टी वेसल मध्ये टोल्यू बाल्सम त्याची जेवढी क्वांटिटी आहे त्याच्यामध्ये घ्यायचंय. आफ्टर दॅट बॉईल केलेलं वॉटर त्या टोल्यू बाल्समच्या पावडर मध्ये मिक्स करायचंय. देन कव्हर द वेसल लाईटली अँड बॉईल द कंटेंट जेंटली. बॉईल वॉटर ऍड केल्यानंतर आणखी काय करायचंय? ते जे व्हेसल आहे ज्याच्यामध्ये आपण ऍड केलंय त्याला कव्हर करायचंय आणि आणखी हीट प्रोड्यूस करायची फॉर द हाफ अवर. 30 मिनिट आणखी हीट प्रोड्यूस करायचे त्या बॉईल वॉटरला. म्हणजे ते काय होईल? सॅच्युरेटेड होईल आणि कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड होईल. राईट? बॉईल वॉटर आहे आणखीन बॉईल करतोय, होईल का सॅच्युरेटेड?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So cover this vessel with lightly cover करायचं and boil the content gently for the half hour with the continuous stirring. Then add the purified water to adjust the specified weight. Purified water त्याच्यामध्ये ऍड करायचंय जी काही त्याची व्हॉल्यूम दिलेली आहे ती व्हॉल्यूम ऍडजस्ट करण्यासाठी. Then cool, filter the solution and add the sucrose. ते कूल करायचं सोल्युशन आणि त्याच्यामध्ये आफ्टर दॅट सुक्रोज ऍड करायचंय. कूल, फिल्टर द सोल्युशन अँड देन ऍड सुक्रोज अँड आफ्टर द ऍडिशन ऑफ सुक्रोज हीट द सोल्युशन into the water bath to dissolve sucrose. And finally, sufficient purified water is to be adjusted. Means by which stage it is prepared. Firstly, काय करायचंय? टोल्यू बाल्सम एका एम्प्टी वेसल मध्ये, टियर्ड कंटेनर मध्ये, टियर्ड वेसल मध्ये घ्यायचंय. आफ्टर दॅट बॉईल केलेलं वॉटर त्या वेसल मध्ये ऍड करायचंय आणि देन अगेन हीट करायचंय. त्याला हीट केल्यानंतर फिल्टर इट, कूल इट. फिल्टर कूल केल्यानंतर आफ्टर दॅट ऍडिशन ऑफ सुक्रोज. सुक्रोज ऍड केल्यानंतर अगेन प्रोव्हाइड हीट बाय वॉटर बॉथ. हीट का प्रोव्हाइड करायची? तर तो सुक्रोज त्या प्रिपरेशन मध्ये डिझॉल्व्ह व्हावा म्हणून. And finally make up the volume and transfer it into suitable container. So by this way, solution by extraction or by agitation method, this syrup is prepared. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
डिफरन्स समजलाय दोन्ही मेथड मध्ये काय आहे?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The next point, Paschal's test, that is quality control test performed for the syrup. Either the syrup is used for any patient or given to the any patient or not. So that's why some quality control tests or evaluation tests are performed in which sucrose concentration test, physical stability test, visual inspection test, crystallization and precipitation, light transmittance test, and pH test. In which first one, sucrose concentration test. If the concentration of sucrose in the syrup is very high, it may crystallizes the syrup, and the less sucrose concentration give favors for the microbial growth. म्हणजे सुक्रोजचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन जे 66.7 weight by weight दिलेलं आहे, as such असेल at that time the syrup is used. If there is less concentration, जर ते कमी concentration असेल, means it having the low osmotic pressure because of low concentration and they are not saturated properly, मग ते self preservative म्हणून ऍक्ट होतील का?
नाही.
No, they do not act as a self preservative. मग त्याच्यामध्ये easily microbial growth होऊ शकते. So that's why concentration of sucrose, it should be checked in the syrup and it should be as per the ज्या काही त्याचे स्टँडर्ड आहेत DP नुसार IP नुसार 66.7 weight by weight, तर ते त्या पर्सेंटेज मध्ये कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन असायला पाहिजे सुक्रोजच्या सिरप मध्ये. So that's why this sucrose concentration test is performed. For this test, use of HPLC and UV spectroscopy is used for this purpose. UV means ultraviolet spectroscopy and HPLC, high performance liquid chromatographic technique, is used for check out the concentration of sucrose into the syrup. So this is about first test. Then which is second?
Physical stability.
Physical stability मध्ये काय चेक करतो आपण? Their appearance, color, odor, taste, palatable असायला पाहिजे. Odor and taste, palatable, color, then appearance means there is appearance check. जसं असं आपण व्हिज्युअल इन्स्पेक्शन जरी केलं तरी आपल्याला समजतं की त्याच्यामध्ये क्रिस्टल फॉर्म झालेत की नाहीत, समजू शकतं. येस ऑर नो?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So visual inspection and this its appearance, जे physical test मध्ये आहे, both are the same. So either there is crystallization of sucrose occur or not, it is we can observe by visual inspection. So solid material is completely miscible in liquid. हे visual inspection च्या थ्रू समजतं की सगळे त्याच्यामध्ये असलेले सॉलिड मटेरियल हीट प्रोड्यूस केल्यानंतर त्या वॉटर मध्ये डिझॉल्व झालेलं आहे की नाही, मिसिबल मीन्स सोल्युबल झालेला आहे की नाही हे बाय फिजिकल स्टॅबिलिटी टेस्ट चेक आउट दिस सिरप. देन नेक्स्ट टेस्ट इज व्हिज्युअल इन्स्पेक्शन. ते सेम आहे, कलर अँड क्रिस्टलायझेशन ते व्हिज्युअली आपण इन्स्पेक्ट करू शकतो. देन नेक्स्ट क्रिस्टलायझेशन अँड प्रिसिपिटेशन, अगेन दे आर अंडर व्हिज्युअल इन्स्पेक्शन. त्याच्यासाठी पर्टिक्युलर टेस्ट परफॉर्म, लिक्विड घ्या किंवा अदर केमिकल एजंट घ्या अशी गरज आहे का क्रिस्टलायझेशन आणि प्रिसिपिटेशन साठी? Is there is need?
No, ma'am.
So again they are under the visual inspection. So crystallization and precipitation is formed or not, this evaluated. Screen is visible to all?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Now
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
then next pH test. pH test, for the pH of solution, it is determined by using the paper, pH paper माहिती आहे?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
By using the pH paper, pH check out करायचे syrups or pH meter. Then light transmittance test. So the light transmittance meter is to be used to check the color of syrup. Syrupचा color check करण्यासाठी light transmittance test perform केली जाते. And for this test, light transmittance meter is used to check out a color or a syrup sample which is color is passing through the light. The light मधून जर का तो pass झाला, then it is liable to use. And if do not passes the color, then not used for the administration or do not dispensed. So to check out the color of syrup, light transmittance test is to be performed and by using the equipment light transmittance meter. This is about quality control test of syrup. So in today's lecture, we discuss firstly what is mean by
syrup.
what is definition of syrup. ज्यांनी सिरप सांगितलं सांगा डेफिनेशन.
Syrup is sweet, viscous, concentrated, or nearly saturated aqueous solution of sucrose containing 66.7 weight by weight of sugar.
Okay, so in today's lecture, we discuss about liquid dosage form in which syrup. In this firstly definition of syrup, after that advantages, disadvantages, classification of syrup in which medicated syrup, non-medicated syrup, then flavored syrup, artificial syrup. They are prepared to use for the diabetic patient. The next point we discuss after the classification is formulation, in which some adjuvants are used such as chemical stabilizer, coloring agent, flavoring agent, in which tinctures, fruit juices, essence, and preservative, in which it acts as a self-preservative because of their high osmotic pressure. Then next point we discuss method of preparation, how the syrups are prepared or formulated, in which firstly by simple method, by agitation or by extraction process, percolation. Then in which we discuss two examples, by simple solution method and by agitation method, that is by heat. Then next point we discuss quality control test or evaluation of the syrup, in which pH test, light transmittance test, crystallization and precipitation, physical stability, and first one is sucrose concentration test. And then last point about the syrup is storage. After the formulation, it should be stored in well dried and completely filled stoppered bottles. They are in cool and dark place. Syrup should be stored at the temperature not exceeding 25 degrees Celsius. 25 degrees Celsius पेक्षा जास्त temperature नसायला पाहिजे. Then glass bottles are fitted with the white propylene and they are molded or black thermostating plastic screw closures, and they are commonly used for their storage bottles, and the containers are to be either amber colored, colorless, or light resistance container. So this is about storage of syrup. Here we complete syrup from liquid dosage form.